Hey, my fellow kids. So Dylan thought it would be a really cool, neat idea to film some Pokemon trading card game content for the Underworld Games YouTube channel. So today we're filming some test footage just to see how the camera setup and everything works. You might see the other video already uploaded to the channel, the games 2 and 3 of the set. But this set, not gonna lie, completely destroyed. You'll see Dillip at the top of your screen playing Charizard. I believe it is the second place, or not second place, the second highest placing Japanese list from the world's this year's World's Championships. And me on the bottom, I'm playing Lost Box. It seemed like a really good call for this meta. This meta is very much a very big, basic, heavy meta at the moment, but that might change depending on how Baltimore Regionals go. But I just thought that Lost Box generally would be a pretty good matchup for that set. The advantages of playing Lost Box is that you can have a single prize board early on in the game, and it makes it quite difficult for your opponent to take 2 prizes early on, because otherwise it is a bit of a coin flip. Who goes first and takes the first 2 prizes, or sorry, who goes second takes the first 2 prizes, and kind of just wins and snowballs from there. So I've started the game by playing a Buddy Poffin here, just to get too comfy, probably to get the ball rolling. Again, a very unfortunate start to start with a Roaring Moon, because you can't keep that single prize board early on. But we'll see what we've got. So just prize checking here quickly. I do apologise if that's a bit slow. I think we've taken another 30 seconds there, but we've grabbed the 2 comfy right there. Not much else that you can grab with that. I have had thoughts about putting in a Spiritomb in this deck just for the Stall matchup. Stall doesn't seem to have a huge sort of resurgence right now, but Stall is always something you've got to respect and be aware of. Spiritomb also isn't bad in this matchup as well. Makes it a bit harder for the Rotom to do much exciting. So let's finish shuffling up, giving Dillip the opportunity to cut. And that's a bit of an unfortunate Pokestop right there, filling my 2 other Pokestops. Not that it matters too much in this matchup, as you're probably going to be frenzied gouging rather than attacking with that Calamity Storm attack with Roaring Moon, which is sort of one of the main things. The other way is to kind of blitz through the deck. It's one of the advantages of playing Lost Box. You can get quite a low deck size at the end and have sort of access to every card that you want, especially with Pheasantipity EX, which has been not exactly necessarily healthy for the format, as it's been these big basic decks can have a sort of a stronger mid to late game, whereas it might have had a bit of the weaker later game, giving decks like God of War a bit more of an advantage early on. But anyway, we've had our first flower selecting. We've gotten rid of a Hooper EX off that. Again, just a really good card into Miraidon and Arceus if that had the Seas play, or other decks. So we're going for the second flower selecting, and we've got to choose between Iron Hands and Super Rod. So I think I misplay here, and yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, so I get rid of the Super Rod. So I guess the idea is that you can attack with Iron Hands, and as I say, still maintain that 2/2/2 price map. That's really important. We've got 2 in the lost zone, so it should be fairly easy to get another 5 next turn. You play a Colress and a Vacuum and 1 flower selecting, and you're all the way there. Arrow beginning. So Dillip's just again prize checking as well. It's also played double Buddy Poffin. That's kind of a cracked opening hand. So imagine here probably wants to just get a couple of Charmander, Pidgey, and a looks like a Duskull as well. We're thinking about a double Duskull there, because this is the second place Japanese list. They do only play 2 Charmander, I think, so they might have just realised that for prize the second, or maybe not. Maybe they're just trying to go for a bit of the mixed board, but this does sort of open them up a little bit to if they do miss. If I do get the early, no, it's not prized till the line. It looks like it's there. Dilip's just looking to get the second one of the Ultra Ball. I don't believe this list plays Rotom. No, it does play Rotom. I'm thinking of the Taunt list. It does play Rotom. Rotom might have been a good shout, but they have gone for the Cleffa there, so it's likely that they're going to retreat into that and draw up to 7. Hope to get after the races there. I think a big sort of downside of a lot of Charizard lists now is they are very setup heavy. It's a bit of the board management simulator, trying to get all the good Pokemon now with Duskull and Cleffa and Pidgeot and retreating with the DTE there. And looks like they're just going to use that grasping draw attack to draw up to 7. Go. They've drawn up, passing over, so Lost Box doesn't generally play any hand disruption, so they are going to go into their next turn with 8 cards in hand, so much better Pokestop this time than the first time. So in terms of sequencing with Lost Box, it's always difficult what to go with, but generally my sort of thought process with playing the deck is you go with what you have least control over first, if you're not specifically searching for a specific card, and then when you do have a bit more control, so for example when you're playing a Colress, you can see you can make a sort of more informed decision there. So we've opted not to take the Colress there, we've opted to keep the Lightning Energy. Maybe that's because I might have prized the second one, I'm not sure off the top of my head, and so I still want to keep the option of using that Iron Hands to take the first 2 prizes. But it looks like, for whatever reason, I've opted to go for a boss for the first one, and because they've already got a pretty stacked board with a Pidgeot, the Pidgey and double Mander, looks like I'm just going to aim to take out that Charmander. So I aim to take out that Pidgey just to deny them Pidgeot throughout the game to hopefully stall them, but as we'll see in this game, not to spoil it, it doesn't make too much of a difference here. What this does open up is it's going to be very hard to knock out one of these Charizards when they're on board, because there is also the threat of Duskull, what was it? Dusclops, that's it, that's the middle evolution, Dusclops, or Dusknoir as well, on your Roaring Moon after your Frenzy Gouging, so that can be quite difficult here. So, looks like Dilip's starting their turn with an Arven, so they're grabbing out a Nest Ball. What they're going to grab in the second card for a Seal Stone. So, they're going to Nest Ball for a Fez. And just thin out the Forest Steel Stone. I don't think they need anything. What they could go, I don't know if this list plays the Defiance Band. They could go for the Defiance Band and maybe counter catcher up the Roaring Moon on the bench, take the first 2 prizes, initiate that prize trade, that 2/2/2 prize trade, and go from there. And then again, I'd probably be forced to respond with the Cramorant again, or just sort of lose on the spot by getting too far behind in the prize trade if they've got boss. But one saving grace at this board state is they don't have the Pidgey, but Fezandipity can be just as good as Pidgeot. EX doesn't get you the 1 card you need, but can get you 3 cards, which can help you get a little bit closer to getting all the cards you need. And again, this Lost Box list isn't playing any hand disruption, no Roxanne. Just aiming to go if we can just completely destroy them early game. There is no end game, so there is no need for Roxanne and hand disruption if you can just keep them on that prize map and just keep going. So either take 2 prizes with Iron Hands. So it looks like Dilip has drawn. We flip the script, just drawn 3 cards off there. Looks like they are something good. They've already evolved up into the Charizard EX, and they're going to go for a swing here, knock out the Cramorant. There's no counter catcher or anything, so it looks like they're going to take the knockout. So again, really awkward here. We'll probably have to respond with the Roaring Moon to take a knockout on this, or we'll have to Rod and take out that Charmander on bench, or could take out the Fairs as well. There's lots of options ahead again. Pretty rough Pokestop. Don't think I've played a single Colress this game. It's all been milled at this point. Looks like we are debating what to go for flower selecting. And yeah, get rid of that Buddy Poffin, don't need that. So we've got rid of that Buddy Poffin. And now we're at 7, so we can now start initiating attack. So we've got up to 7. We're gonna go with Chorus just to, again, maybe gain as much information as we can before we choose to attack. So got a Fez of our own there in hand. There's already 1-2 prize liability on the board, so might as well put a second one on. It seems. What this does, I guess, open up to is they could take a 4 prize turn next turn by, as I say, using the Dusclops to knock out the Roaring Moon after its frenzied gouging, and they could choose to then either say boss up or counter catcher up the Pheasantipity then to knock that out as well. So again, more than needed in the Lost Zones. This list doesn't play Sableye. So again, still looks like probably searching for a Super Odd maybe. I think we are 2 in the Lost Zone, I can't remember. Just going through the hand there. Yeah, it looks like we're looking for a Super Odd as we have downed quite a few cards in the discard. So we'll probably put down the Fez now to draw. Yep, draw 3. See if we can get that Super Odd to be able to attack. And it looks like we did miss it. So we're going with something else instead. What are we going for? Just searching the deck with Nestball. We're going for a bundle. And they are giving the Cleffa. And we'll see what we're going. I'm not sure what the thing. I think I'm just too far behind now at the moment. I think should not have lost zoned those 2 Super Odd because we've just got too many energy in the discard, not enough in the deck to be able to power up an attacker. I think we've got enough Mirage Gate in hand, but that's just how it happens sometimes. You just end up picking yourselves. We're just going to throw ourselves in there further, go for concealed cards, hope that we can find maybe a Super Odd or something to be able to respond here, attack. Still up just needing up the Lost Zone, so I do apologise, I'm pretty messy, and yeah, that's just the pass. We just give the pass, so I think this game is all but done now. We can kind of hope that maybe they'll miss the second Charizard, but as you can see, Dilip's hand is pretty stacked. So it looks like they're going to Ultra Ball, probably Ultra Ball for, no, they are going to Defiance Band, so they do play that. Probably going to go for Charmeleon, I imagine. No, they're debating up the Duskmore. We are a video of boss in hand, so they can knock out that Pheasantipity. Well, they can already knock out Pheasantipity, so they can knock out Roaring Moon this turn if they want to. They can swing into it, make my job even harder, because I would be required to find both a Super Odd and another Roaring Moon to be able to take the knockout. So they are going for the Fez. So we're just setting up on board. I think this is pretty much checkmate. Don't play any grass attackers. There aren't many. Well, there are a couple of grass attackers that you can play, and I go there. Literally the next one off the top of the deck. And that's an amazing Pokestop, but again, I think it's a little bit too late. I think this is sealed up here. I think Dilip has it. As I say, my luck definitely turned a bit more in games 2 and 3, as I see on the other video on the channel. But as you can see, I think it's locked up, and we're just going through the motions now. So we are going to put a couple of energy back. So we're debating, but it's got to be too dark and something. And it does look like we had 2 lightning in the deck. We could have lost zoned that lightning earlier. And possibly saved on that. I think the only reason you want to hold on to 2 lightning is if there's a Pidgeot on board, as you can use Iron Hand's second attack to take out a Pidgeot EX. But there we go, so Arm Press, that's what you can use, Arm Press to knock out a Pidgeot EX. So again, early misplay. I think that's pretty much cost me the game. Not that it really matters too much. Setting up for potentially some hand disruption by playing a Pal Pad, but I think, as I said, I think we're just too far behind. We've just got to hope that they don't get the Charizard. yeah, taking 2 prizes, not 3 there. Just gotta hope they don't get the Charizard, but we've flipped the script with sort of everything in the hand. So okay, so I'm thinking of a different list because I think the Japanese list that I think Dylan said he was playing doesn't usually played the Hero's Cape rather than the Prime Catcher, so it's a Prime Catcher there. Right, yeah, it's probably correct to flip the script here. You could play Roxanne, but I think you just go in and then you probably pop the Dusknoir, knock out with Charmeleon, or if you miss it, you can just hit with a Charmander, and then finish up with Radiant. Yeah, let's see. There we go. So he's going to knock out the Greninja or one of the Comfey on bench. Yep. And there we go. Using that second attack, also their first attack on the Charmeleon to knock out. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you next time.